Hey everybody, welcome back to Cribs and Ribs. I'm Steve Wickett, and we're doing our third episode of the Hot Ones Ripoff Show today. With me right now is Dan Schneider. This is the man right here. This is the owner and mastermind behind my favorite barbecue place in town. I'm sure you've all heard me talking about it, the Wild Fig. Everybody, I'm just going to give you a hand here. But Dan kind of does it all. He's an author. The guy, of course, makes the best barbecue in the world. So Dan, they call you the Filipino Cowboy Chef. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it actually started when I was in culinary school at Lake Blue. And every time I tested out on every one of my subjects, we had to do a dish. I would always refer back to my heritage, the Philippines. So
Right.
everything I did was a Filipino dish, and I made it like a French cuisine. And every time I would go to school, instead of wearing your little hat that you had to, I was always wearing my cowboy hat. And I'd pull up, and one of the instructors said, "Well, look at this. This is a Filipino Cowboy Chef." From then on, it stuck.
It just stuck.
Just stuck.
Nice. Now see, with him having his Filipino heritage, he's a little used to spice. You know, this guy, he could definitely go toe-to-toe with me without a problem. His partner Steve is more of a Wonder Bread guy. He was going to be here today, so I had some sauces set up that weren't quite as bad as the ones Julio and I had last month. But since Steve's not here, we're going back to the heat. You ready to do this?
Let's do this.
All right. So the first sauce that we're going to do is called the Reaper. It's a mixture of habanero mashes, ghost pepper mashes, and it's got a little bit of pepper spray towards the end there. So this is going to be nice and hot. So let's give it a shot. And you can give me your expert opinion of the actual flavor. Not that pepper spray is going to be delicious or anything. Now initially, as soon as I put it in my mouth, I get that bite from the pepper spray. I got a feeling that this isn't going to be our most mild sauce, to be honest. Maybe we should have worked this one in the middle. But you can definitely taste that pepper spray.
Oh yeah.
And when they put that into these sauces, everybody, it's just to you know, artificially spike up the heat level. Pepper spray does not taste good. So this isn't my favorite sauce, but it'll do, I guess. I mean, you can taste the ghost pepper in there. You can taste the habanero for sure, but I'm just kind of overwhelmed by that pepper spray. What do you think?
It's just straight heat, that's it. I mean, I don't taste any flavor. You just, as soon as you bite into it, you get that, okay, that tingle. So
Yeah, you're like, okay, it's hot, but what else?
yeah, that's it.
So Daniel, you went through culinary school and everything. What led you to barbecue?
Well, it was kind of like well, we were actually doing barbecue. We were doing a catering company, and we had some barbecue aspects to it. We were doing brisket and everything like that. We weren't full on at the time. So it just kind of fell into our laps, and we just ran with it.
Right on. What kind of, was there any, what got you turned on to the brisket? Was there any chef in particular that kind of led towards barbecue?
Not really. There was nothing really anybody that kind of inspired us. We just brisket at the time, and you know, because we love tri-tip. Tri-tip's great, and it is brisket. A lot of people do briskets around there, and we decided, you know, it's a better way to go.
Right. Well, I love brisket. You know, that's definitely my favorite, you know, barbecue food is a nice brisket. And Dan, you guys do the best, man. I mean, I can't rave enough about you guys' restaurant. I send as many people as I can over there. If you haven't seen my review on the Wild Fig, everybody, I just got to say you got to get over there. So this next sauce, this comes from the Hellfire Hot Sauce Company. And Hellfire Hot Sauce, this is a brand that I ran into on Instagram, basically, just kind of looking around for different hot sauces. Their whole idea is basically they want to make delicious sauces with nothing but pepper mashes and spices and seasonings, and kind of drop out on some of the pepper sprays and the concentrates and whatnot. And these are nice and hot, but real tasty actually. So this first one that we're having, this is First Blood. Let me swap these out. This is First Blood, and this is mostly Caribbean red habanero pepper. And the Caribbean red is supposed to be one of the hottest of the habanero peppers. By itself, that Caribbean hot pepper has about 450,000 Scoville units. This one's got all that mash, then it's got a little bit of vinegar. After that, they use some Jollicayo mashed peppers and some 7-pot mash. So this is going to have some heat to it, a little bit of sun-dried tomato and garlic, but you're going to notice this actually has some really nice flavor to it.
Now, I actually tried one. Me and my son went down. It was what is that called? The mango habanero at Buffalo Wild Wing. It was pretty good. It had good flavor.
I think so too. Nice and sweet. These ones, there's no sugar in it. You know, I put a little bit of honey in the marinade just to get some sweetness in the wings.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but it's got a great flavor, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so this also has sun-dried tomato, garlic, and cumin.
That's really good. I like that. That's got a good flavor to it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, you definitely get the peppers,
Oh yeah.
you know, but you know, I get a little, maybe a note of that sun-dried tomato. You definitely get a nice dose of that garlic, though.
You can actually see little tomato skins.
So how'd you and Steve meet?
That is a kind of a funny story. So through my career in the culinary, you know, I started in 2012 when I went to school. Started up as an executive chef and everything, moved around. I was out at Burning Man.
Yeah.
So last place I'll ever be, right? One of those things you have to do on your bucket list. One of the people who were doing the alcohol, we got to know each other, and she kept talking to me about her father who used to do pizza here in Vegas. So when we got introduced, you know, we were talking about doing the whole vegan pizza scene, and we came across. He told me he had a friend who had a food trailer.
I gotta interrupt for just a second. Now, vegan scene's pretty far cry from barbecue.
Exactly, it is. So the whole thing, barbecue was not even in my future at the time. Looking at doing pizza, and it was the vegan pizza too, to be exact. And he introduced me to a gentleman, his friend of his, and Steve happened to be there, and they were partners, this other gentleman. And we got to know each other, and he told me about the whole thing that they were doing. They were with a company called Farm Basket, and they were in the catering.
I remember Farm Basket.
Yep. So push comes to shove, I was working at a place called Tomo. I was the chef there, and I decided, you know, it's time for me to leave there and look for something different. And Steve, out of the blue, Steve called me up and said, "Hey, you know, are you serious about this food trailer?" I said, "Yeah, I'm serious." So we came down, talked to him, discussed about things, and he was like, "Well, if you do the food trailer, you know, you keep the name Farm Basket on there, but you can do whatever you want, or you can come and help us with the catering, and we'll put you on a salary." I was like, "All right." So I went there and started pushing this trailer, and the trailer started seeing more out there. They were making money and everything. And at the time, his partner decided he wanted to go into real estate, and he wanted to get out. And Steve was still, you know, slowly building his company up. He finally came up to me and asked me, and said, "Hey, how do you feel about this place?" Well, I like it, you know. I get to do what I like to do, create things, and do all the stuff we like to do. He said, "Well, how would you like to be partners?" And I was like, "You know, I ain't got the money for this." Equity swim, he told me. All it is equity swim. That day we actually shook hands and said, "All right, we're 50-50 then."
Nice, man.
And we were still doing the catering, and we still had the food trailer, Farm Basket, and we have it parked in the parking lot. And you know, every time I come into work, you know, we're doing, I mean, better than bank hour times. You go in for 3-4 hours and you go home, kind of thing. You know,
Right.
We pay for the whole day. Because we're making spices and the breads and everything for Farm Basket, so that's where a lot of stuff was coming from. And I'd see these, those what do you call them, golf carts going up and down the parking lot. I was like, "Man, Steve, what would happen if we opened a food trailer out here and just sell some of the stuff like the brisket that we do? You know, make brisket sandwich and a chicken club sandwich, whatever. And we'll sell some of the Farm Basket." I said, "You know what? Let's try it." Did it the very first day. We made $25. Okay.
Nice.
It was okay. You know, people
Right.
didn't know who we were. We were just open there, and they saw food. Hey, you know, we're gonna try it out.
Consistency is key, man.
And so we kept doing it every day. We did it Monday through Friday. Okay, and we were there 7 days a week, no matter what, if we had catering or what. So we did Monday through Friday for about 8 hours and see how it worked. And the rest of the time we're doing the catering. And next thing we know, and this is in 2018. Next thing we know, we get blasted out on, what do you call it, Nextdoor?
Next door up, yeah.
Yeah, and somebody could come by and tried our food and just raved about it. And we went from doing $25 to $50 a day to what we're doing now.
Nice.
And that's when, you know, and at the same time we were transitioning, we were doing more barbecue and everything like that. So, and we kept it the way we have it right now. You know, dry rub, no sauce on the side. Kept it to our roots. So that's how the whole story started. I mean, it was just two unlikely guys got together. We love what we do, and we keep doing it.
Man, it's a great story, and the results are even better. I mean, again, I've said it probably 3 times already. If you haven't been to the Wild Pig, you got to get over here. And one of my favorite things is that pork and pinto soup. Oh, get the pork and pinto soup. And tell me the name of that cookie you guys do. The Chocowali Cocoa?
Oh, the Chocowali Cocoa? So that's a chocolate chip with walnuts, coconut, and an oatmeal cookie.
Man, that's...
Yeah, that was by mistake. That one, actually my wife was at a dentist and she was reading an article and she takes a picture and says to me, make this for me. And it had, what was that non-gluten flour in it. And it was supposed to be like really healthy. And I looked at it and said, man, what would happen if I did it our way?
Well, it came out great.
Came out great.
Absolutely, man. All right, so next up, to be honest, out of the sauces that I've tasted so far out of our lineup for today, this is my favorite one. This one's the Fear This. This is almost all Carolina Reaper pepper here, everybody. It's nice and spicy. It's also got a little bit of vinegar, but after that, it's just, the sauces. So this is almost purely Reaper mash. It's really got a great flavor. What I really like about this sauce is it really lets you know what that Reaper kind of tastes like on its own.
Yeah. Well, one thing I would say is, looking at the wing itself, I can see a lot of pepper flakes.
That came from the sauce. Yeah, here we go. Again, I really think this is delicious. I love the fact that you don't have to sacrifice any heat for the flavor or flavor for the heat. They both just balance each other out really nicely. This isn't for you if you don't like heat, everybody, but if you can handle a little bit of heat, this Fear This sauce from Hellfire Hot Sauces is terrific.
That was good.
You like it?
Yeah, that's good.
Do you notice any spices or anything in there? This has...
A little. I like the flavor of it. It's really good.
It's got sun-dried tomato, cilantro, curry, paprika, coriander, a little bit of lime juice, and ginger. And you can really kind of, taste a lot of that in there too, along with all that heat from the Reaper.
It's well balanced. I like that.
Me too. Also, if you like heat, everybody, Daniel makes this sauce at the Wild Pig called the AGR sauce. Asian Ghost Reaper, is that what that
That's
stands
correct.
for?
Asian Ghost Reaper.
Man, I put that stuff on everything. It's got some real heat. It was funny when I first went in there, and met Daniel, he was telling me about his sauces, and he goes, can you handle heat? And I'm like, yeah, I think I'll be all right. And he's like, can you really handle the heat? And I was like, don't worry, man, you just bring it. And yeah, that stuff is fantastic.
I tell a lot of people, because they'll ask me, well, how hot is it? And I'm like, if I tell them the truth, for me, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I can't tell that to anybody, because they'll taste that and they try it and they're like, oh my God, what did you do to me?
I know I got my daughter to try some at home, and I said, hey, try this sauce. It's pretty good, because I brought home some Wild Pig barbecue, and so she's tasting all the different sauces. And I taste that AGR sauce. Yeah, that was all she wrote for her. And I'm like, well, you definitely wouldn't want to try this last one that we're getting ready to do. But number 4 is on the way. So next we're doing the Hellfire Fiery Fool. And this is actually a pretty good sauce too. This has Reaper mash, Trinidad Scorpion mash. At that point, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, but then they go right back to the Jolokaya mash and seven pot pepper mash. Finish it off with a little bit of spices. I've had this one before, and again, it's spicy, man, but it's got some nice flavor to it. It's nothing like the last one we're gonna have, but it's pretty good. How you doing so far, by the way?
You keep scaring me about that last one.
I'm hoping that you'll be fine, and I'll be the only one.
Well, so the first one we had, you said was how much? 450.
Well, the pepper itself. No, the first one was that Reaper one. This one had the.
Okay.
This one had mostly habanero pepper. There's also, what else? Ghost pepper, I think, is in there.
Habanero mash, a little bit of ghost pepper, carrots, white vinegar, white onion, lime juice, canola, vegetable oil, okay, garlic.
Right.
Okay.
That First Blood one, that had 450 Scoville units. 450,000. 450,000.
Okay.
And that one's almost all mashes, so we could probably say it's pretty close to the Scoville that is listed for the actual pepper. The Fear This has 1.4 for Reaper peppers, same with the Fiery Fool. But the Fear This has a lot more vinegars, where the Fiery Fool that we're getting ready to eat is almost all mashed, hot pepper mashes.
Okay.
So it's going to be nice and hot. It's delicious. It tastes just fine. I think you're going to be just fine with this one. But
Well, this one here doesn't have, I don't see the pepper flakes like the first one did. Both of them were what? The first one. These were all Hellfire, right?
Right.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
Let's do this.
Yeah, that one's definitely got some more heat to it. But again, it's not unpleasant.
Got a little sniffle there.
Yeah, I was feeling the same. My nose is starting to run a little bit. That's how I know it's successful.
Oh yeah, I like that one too. A little more heat than the first one.
I mean, it's not a whole different ball game or anything, but a little more heat.
A little more heat. That was it.
They claim that this is the hottest sauce in the world without any extracts in it.
Really?
That's what they say. It says it right on the bottle there. I don't know if it's the hottest in the world, but it is hot and it is tasty.
And it's got that little joker looking right there too. Just laughing at you.
Yeah, just laughing. He's really gonna be laughing at us pretty soon. Other than the Wild Pig, what are some other barbecue spots here in town that you like?
You know, I've actually been to quite a few of them here. One that we dread to say, when I first moved here, Famous Dave's, remember that place?
Yeah.
You know, they're okay. I kind of like their salmon there, that salmon Caesar salad. But out of all the ones I really liked, I mean, I've been to Rolling Smokes, I've been to John Mall's, even been out to my buddy out here, what's his name now? Shoot, I can't remember his name. The one off of Valley View.
Oh, you talking about Jesse Ray's?
Jesse Ray's, thank you. I had a brain fart there for a minute. But yeah, Jesse Ray's, I like their stuff. You know, I hate to say it, but we kind of ripped him off there because we did our pit boss. I love that. That's one of the best things they had over there. They have the belt buckler, I think it's called.
What's that?
That's got their fries or mac. They put the meats on top of it. So
You kind of have a version of that.
we have kind of version of that, but we call ours the pit boss. But can't compete against their stuff. It's really good. I like that one. But by far, what I think gives me a run for the money is, I would say, the Rolling Smokes that's owned by Rick, the Pawn Stars guy.
Yeah.
The pitmaster there does a really good job on the pork.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like their pork. Their pork is really, really good. It's one of my best ones I like.
That was actually the first restaurant that I did a review when I started Cribs and Ribs, was Rolling Smoke. But yeah, I was absolutely pleased.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Absolutely. All right, man. I went to Steve's Pig Pickings the other day. That place was awesome too.
Good, good, good.
Their ribs, their pork ribs are perfect. Some of the best I've ever had. Sides were excellent. House-made desserts.
Good.
I still like Wild Pig better though, you know. but just
That was the next question I was about to ask. You know, you said you're talking to a Wild Fit guy, and how did our ribs compare to theirs? You know, we do ours differently.
Yeah, you do yours differently, and your ribs were unbelievable.
Good.
And to be honest, I think I'd give the edge to Steve on the ribs.
No problem with that.
The soup, they're the best pork and beans I've ever had. That soup, I mean, the brisket, I can't say enough about. And the pastrami, I went back and had the pastrami. They do pastrami on the weekends. Oh man, it was the best pastrami I've ever had. And they do a nice honey mustard with kind of a creamier consistency. Man, just spot on delicious. I can't rave enough about this place.
Here's a cool thing that we were actually testing out. We started it this last weekend. We're doing pastrami from the navel. So it's for those who, you know, upper part of the chest of the cattle.
Right.
And it's a little more fattier. For those who love fat, oh my God.
I love fat.
It's just good. Steve really knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah. I bet, you know, I probably shouldn't say it, but I actually got to taste that navel pastrami the last time I was in there, and yeah, it was so good. It was so silky and tender, and I mean, again, the fat is just like butter. It was just excellent. You know, I haven't had a bad bite of food in the place, man.
Thank you.
I'm such a fan, man. As Damiana and Phil, I was so excited that I was able to get you guys. Even though Steve wasn't able to make it, I was so excited to have you guys come on the show. All right, man. Now we're about to hurt, man. Next, we're doing the end. From Flatline the End. This one we got from the Pepper Palace, and this is just not even right, everybody. This is the one I ate with Julio. This has Reaper mash, but the second ingredient is pepper spray. This is like I told Julio, at least there's a little bit of xanthan gum in there. You know, can't have enough of that xanthan gum, but.
Well, the question I have to ask you is, was there a purpose of, instead of tossing this, you just smeared it on top of there?
Yeah.
It's just to intimidate me, right?
Pretty much. You know, I did a last dab on me and Julio's last time, and Julio kind of shook his last dab off on the plate. You know, I didn't want Daniel to have that opportunity. Plus, I didn't want to accidentally get any on Damiana's chicken wings. She's so nice to produce my videos. Shouts out to Damiana Stuart from Stewart Title. She does a great job on these videos, everybody. I owe her quite a bit. All right, man. Ready?
Yeah, it was.
Let's do it, man. Ribs and ribs.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Man, you can believe that part. I've been dreading this.
I'm trying to take the bone off so I can just take one bite and not scrape this all over the place. You ever watched what is that? The Simpsons?
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that part where he was eating the hottest pepper in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's an episode where he goes to the fair and there's a challenge where he has to eat these hot peppers, right? So, and nobody could do it. So he decided to swallow a whole mess of Kendall packs. Oh, I'm not going to sit there and try to cheat. Get that in there. All right, here we go.
Make sure you chew it real good, man. It's going to be bad on the way out. At first, you're going to be all right. Like right now, I'm kind of holding it together, but it's on the way. I did this before, and I know it's on the way.
Little Carter. It's got a weird taste.
Yeah, that's the taste of pepper spray right there.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I've asked you a ton of questions, Steve. You have anything you need to know about real estate?
Yeah, actually I do. Let me take my hat off because that is a little warm.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can feel that now going down.
It's hitting me in the bottom of my tongue right now is where it's getting me, but man, the lights are about to go out, I can tell.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to grab a drink of water real quick. How you holding up?
Yeah, I'm in there, man.
All right, the question is, why the hell did you make me do this? Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can feel it now.
it's gonna get worse, man. It
Okay.
comes on like a wave.
Yeah, I can feel it. Okay, so as you know, I'm part owner of Wild Fig. There. Now there's that first wave.
Look right in the camera, man.
Yeah, I'm crying now. Well, Steve Cook, I wish you were here to test this out, business partner, but the other part of you, Wild Fig is here to take this challenge on. Okay, so the question was, I don't have an income that I always do, like every other place. Would I be able to use my business as a source of income showing for when I do mortgaging and when I get financed?
Yeah, basically the way that's gonna work. So basically what you're saying is, you pay yourself an income, but it's not the restaurant income, and so you don't think that would qualify.
Exactly.
For a
I don't
mortgage.
because I've talked to a few people and they say I don't make enough. Just me and my wife, we don't make enough to qualify for a house, and that I need to make more money. And I told them, well, whew,
It's my ears right now, man.
it's the back of my throat. That is warm. Now you can see why it's called a flatliner end. Yeah. I want to touch my face, but
Don't do it.
got the sauce all over my hands.
So basically the way that's going to work is when you fill out your loan application, you're going to turn in your tax returns for you and your wife.
Right?
And then also, since you're a 50% owner, right,
Right.
you'll turn in the tax return for the restaurant, and you'll be able to show 50% of those profits as your income. And so that should be able to qualify you for the house. But if you're thinking about doing it this year, one thing I would tell you is you're going to want to do it before these rate hikes kick in. I don't know if you've been paying attention to what the Fed's planning on doing this year. They're talking about at least maybe 4 interest rate hikes by the end of the year. And so, I mean, you can only imagine what that, if you bought a home, let's say an average price home around $400,000, what do you think that would do to your mortgage payment if they would raise the interest rate up 2%? You're going to be looking at another $500-600 on your mortgage payment every single month. Okay. Where if you get in there before that interest rate hikes up, you lock your rate in for 30 years. Doesn't matter what happens with the interest rate anymore after that because you're locked in. So if that's something we need to talk about on the side, that's why we do cribs and ribs, so we can get a little of both in there. How you feeling right now, Steve? Or Daniel? See, I keep throwing
See,
Steve in
this is what the hot sauce does. It makes you forget things. Yeah.
How you doing, Daniel?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm burning up, man. Wasn't as bad as, I think my tolerance is building up. You definitely, I think you have more tolerance than Julio did last week.
Well, it's been a while since I ate hot stuff, and that was pretty hot. I'll say that.
Well, before we sign off, man, do you have anything you want to tell everybody about? Any upcoming plans for the Wild Fig?
Actually, yeah. As for Wild Fig, we're just going to keep doing what we do. There's one thing that we started is we're doing whole meats now. So it's all cooked. We vacuum seal it up for our customers, and then they give them eating instructions. So they got parties they wanted to go to and make it look like they did the work. That's what we're there for. Also, go to our website. Yeah, you got a little tear coming down, and some sweats coming down now. Go to our website, wildfigbarbecue.com. There's a spot on there. You can actually see all our menus. We have our current menu and our catering menu on there. We have a loyalty program on there. How that one works, every time you spend $20 or more, after your seventh time, you automatically get $25 off. But there's one thing I do have to tell everybody, go to the little button that says to become VIP. Do that. It's not a gimmick or anything. We don't sell it to a third party or anything like a lot of people do. It is a personal email we send out every Wednesday from between 9 and 9:30. It basically tells you all the things that we're doing, all the information about what's going on in the barbecue world, how the price of meats and everything like that, how it affects us and how it affects our customers. It also tells you all the specials we do for the entire week. Things that we do not have normally on our menu. Excuse me. So when you do see that email and you see something on that Wednesday, whether it's Saturday or any other day, you call us and you tell us, hey, we want that. We write it down for you, put it on the board, it's guaranteed for you. Because the thing is, when you wait till that day, not everybody knows about this. Only those who are on that VIP get first crack at it.
Right.
So if you're somebody that's off the street and you walk in and you see our current menu and everything, you don't know about those specials. You won't get a crack at it. You won't get to try them out. And when I say special things that we did, just like this last Sunday, we did a pork loin with a brown gravy and a poblano pepper sauce. Oh my God, that was so good with a side of mashed potatoes.
That sounds fantastic.
It was great. And then Saturday, we did our lechon again. I don't know if you tried it, right?
Yeah, lechon, that's a nice center of pork belly that they wrap around some scallions and lemongrass. What else you put in there?
It's got ginger, garlic. That's one of the things that we did. And also we have another
Delicious.
one in there. It's our take on the traditional sloppy joes made with ground beef and everything.
Tried that one too.
It's made with the shoulder clod, and we smoke it out, shred it up, and we put a sauce on it. Now we call that, we actually have to name it after one of our guys that works there. She's a great person. We call it the Sloppy Jamie.
Nice. Jamie's awesome too, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great sandwich. You can eat it by by the pound or by on a sandwich. That one is a really good sandwich. But this week, I'm going to tell you now because just in case you don't read the email, okay? We're going to be serving that with a coconut jasmati rice. So it's a jasmine basmati rice mixture. So you can have that with that and mix it. Oh,
that sounds delicious.
we tried it already. Oh my God, that is good. Now these are the things I'm talking about that you will get when you become a VIP. Like I said, it's not no third party or anything. It is a personal email we send out every Wednesday to let them know what we have coming that week.
Right on. Man, you got to get on the VIP club. And before I forget to tell you, everybody, they are closed on Monday and Tuesday. I know you're going to see this video and you're going to be in a big hurry to get over to the Wild Fig, but make sure it's not on a Monday or Tuesday or you'll be mad and you unsubscribe to my channel. But thanks again, Daniel. Really appreciate you coming in.
It.
And everybody at home, please give us a thumbs up. Leave us a little comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. You don't want to miss anything spicy.